Mop.
Wait, the Thunderstones still damage now?
They do.
Yep.
Give you Sonic.
Oh, Thunderstone. Oh yeah,
Because Sonic
D4
damage
Sonic
is no longer an
damage.
afterthought. Sonic now has a nice, simple place on the elemental chart. Weirdly next to mental damage or psychic damage. Can't remember what they called it.
Mental.
Mentor. It's like demolish your brain. Spellcasting modifier doesn't increase with level, does it? It's just your ability score.
Correct.
Damn.
I mean,
Your spellcasting proficiency, but
which does go up every level.
I mean, yeah, my saves get higher, but I'd also like more damage.
No, damage doesn't scale up unless the spell itself says the spell down scales up.
No, Days Unfortunate only heightens every two spell levels.
So
it's
yes.
a paltry little 4 damage cantrip. However, this thing's will is probably its weakest save, so
how did you know? Actually, it's not.
it's an elemental. They're not exactly renowned for having big brain.
Actually, in this case, its reflex is the lowest.
I
Made
suppose
of
that also
dirt.
makes sense, because they're rock.
Do not attempt to poison.
I am, however, looking at the fact that they're not immune to mental and reminding myself that I do have charm.
You do.
Friendly
Okay,
doggos.
I
Hello.
think Razor is done being the most annoying piece of shit motherfucker I've had to deal with in a good long while.
Good.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can in fact hear you.
Yay.
It growled out in Terran. The valuable give. Master want.
Alright, who's your master then?
Give.
Sauter just kind of turns to the rest of their group and says, "It wants our valuables for its master." He turns back to the hound and goes, "I asked you, who is your master?"
Ah, well, it can sod right off if it thinks it's getting our stuff.
Yeah, no, log like shinies, fine. Log like dagger.
Crystal. Mind in crystal.
And the Sauter says in common, "Mind in crystal. That's not good.
What does it mean?
I knew the crystal was alive, but it's got a mind, and it's controlling the other crystal entities,
Enough talk. Give.
and now it's pissed. Guy, Kree, do your thing."
Time to smash!
Sudden charge, I take it from you.
Sudden charge!
Speed up,
Oh.
doggo.
I'm gonna move that out of the way. Have at it.
Do you want initiative rolls?
I do. Let me clear
Speed
initiative
up,
quickly.
doggo.
Remember your +1s from scouting?
Yep.
Yeah, plus one. Let me add that.
Great is sudden charge.
I rolled a 2.
I mean, both of us are acting pretty quickly though, so this is going to
Oh,
be.
screw you, Stodeer.
In fairness, he
Ooh.
was the one talking with it. It makes sense that he's going to know what's going on.
Fucking damn it. Why does
Suck
the
my
buff
nuts.
character have to be last?
It's okay. We just need you to chronicle what happens.
I provide valuable utility for this group.
I said you're the bard. You're to chronicle what happens, and then hopefully sell it as a story, which will earn us great royalties.
He says I haven't been.
That's why I bring bards along, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing with my Tuesday group with my bard, is just be like, "Oh, we have some downtime. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tell this story about how we were fighting devils and witches and shit. This is gonna be great. We're gonna be known everywhere."
Okay. Add everybody. So we got Kree. Yeah.
Yeah,
I need
everyone's
to
actually
refresh
added
the
this
page,
time.
actually, because Roll20 is being dumb.
Okay.
I've got this big block of like black stuff and text over my chat.
Ah, weird. Well, one of the unknown dogs is going first anyway. In nat 20s.
Okay.
Alright, I can see again.
I must ask, who is holding the void crystal?
I assume it'd be in the backpack. I'm guessing.
I'd assume so. Which would be Kai?
Okay.
And if that's against Kai's flat-footed, that's a no.
No, it's not against Kai's flat-footed. That was perception to scent.
Sniff.
I don't suppose you have thievery, Kai.
Kai does not have thievery.
Okay.
I mean, he could roll thievery, but it doesn't have thievery.
Feel free. Okay.
I rolled a 2. You're not getting much out of 2 in general anyway.
I know
So
good
that
at
guy
something.
suddenly dives out of a wall.
It'd be my move action.
Does that hit?
It's not a crit.
Good.
If I wasn't wearing armor, it would be a crit.
Alright, that armor upgrade has just paid off already.
Take 9 damage.
Ouch. These guys are D10s. They hurt, guys. These guys really hurt.
Yep, I take my 9 damage.
And for his last action, he'll use the knockdown feature to knock you prone.
No athletics check needed. Okay.
Nope. He just had to hit.
Okay, I'm now through. Let me apply the boot.
Does take up his last action to do so, though.
That's
Stonier!
Right, and throwing an object at a creature in melee is a penalty, right?
No. Only throwing through allies is.
And you'll be
Okay.
throwing through 4 allies. Or 3 allies.
Not if I move here. So I'm going to stride here, and I am going to throw a moderate alchemist fire at the hound that just knocked down Kai.
Okay. Oof. That hits.
I'm guessing it doesn't crit. Oh, well.
No, it does not. But it does. Question.
Yeah.
Have you been including the splash damage into the damage feature or not?
No.
Okay, because the primary target of your bomb does take the splash damage as well. That is one change. And he is on fire.
He is on fire. Do you know
Toasty!
Do you know who's not on fire?
Ooh,
Everyone else.
it's true. Does Kai take the splash?
He does not.
Oh! Good.
Fancy.
Great.
Yeah, nice.
Was that all your actions?
Oh, no, he has one action left.
Is there a defense I can take for one action?
You could take cover you're next to a wall, but judging by the fact that these things can go through walls, it wouldn't really matter much, would it?
And you don't have
Probably
and you
not.
don't have a parry weapon or a shield to put up.
Take cover behind log.
Wrong direction.
You could move again, or you could throw another bomb.
I could throw another bomb, but I don't want to deal with that attack penalty.
For a
So I
rock.
don't want to waste the fucking things.
Oh wait, I guess you need an action to pick up a rock. Never mind.
Pick up a rock for next turn.
Nah, I'm gonna donate my last action to charity. Unless I could pull Kai up, but that might provoke.
We don't know if these things have attack of opportunities. It seems like they probably would, being quick dog type things, but dunno.
You can aid.
Yeah, I'll ready to aid Kai, I guess. Fuck it.
Sure. Okay.
For AC.
Now Kree.
Yep. Sorry.
Skipping.
Go all the way around. Okay.
5-foot stepping is still an actual action, isn't it?
Correct.
Well, I might as well charge down to here. It annoyingly takes 2 actions, but it will.
One action. You just stride.
Well, yes, but to then attack as well.
Oh yes.
Yes. That I don't think I'll trigger my rage quite yet, because that takes an action in itself as well. Just normal. Don't have any bonuses yet because no one's buffed, so
So we
I'm guessing that misses.
That does miss.
Alright. Might as well follow up. Eek.
Miss.
Eek. Eek. Eek.
Yeah, the smoke of the fire kind of gets in your way, and you kind of lose track of its form, and you miss twice as it dodges out of the way.
Eek. Okay.
Fistwing quickly ducks out of the wall over Stodier's head and lands on the ground. Next to Kai.
Doggo.
Does that beat your Fortitude DC?
Yes.
As he's going to rip the backpack off of you.
God damn it, we only just brought that thing and you're already tearing it to pieces.
Oh, wait. No, sorry. You have a worse grip on it. He's attempting to disarm you of it, essentially.
Okay. Haven't done disarms yet.
No. You have to be critically. So, flat-footed makes you a -2 to this.
It's not critically beat it, if that's what you're wondering.
Yeah.
You'd have to need 27 for that.
Yeah. So now you're at a -4. He'll attempt it again, but at a minus...
No.
No. So he's currently got his jaws on your backpack and is shaking it wildly, trying to get it off of you. As you're prone, being bared over by 2 dogs made of stone.
And it's your turn.
Yeah.
Right, this is not my plan for today, but we'll manage.
No, bad doggo, bad.
Kai's going to try and while still wrestling, Walker wrestling at this thing, trying to force himself to his feet. Take an action to stand up, sorry.
Sure.
I will move the boot. And my flat-footed condition, which, is useful.
Mhm.
I am then going to double punch the dog who's currently got my bag. Or trying to
Sure.
grab my bag. I'm using the double strike action, so they're both using my top attack bonus. And also, no, my bag. I'm setting the crystal on fire.
Also, we are flanking, so
It's true. He
So
is flat-footed.
So he's flat-footed, and I just activate the crystal. Oh boy.
Correct. You get a +1 to hit and an extra weapon damage die for the rest of the turn.
Extra 2
Yeah.
weapon damage dies.
I think it just raises the number 2-2.
No,
Yeah,
it says gaining a +1 item bonus to attack roll and increasing the damage on a hit to 2 weapon. Oh yes, it's right. Yes, I was reading. I was reading it slightly wrong. It increases 2,
All good.
not adds 2.
It adds basic potency.
Suddenly Kai's hands sprout 2/2s.
Right.
No, joking.
This will be punch number 1.
Oh, God.
I actually need to roll damage on that, but oh boy.
Kai's pissed.
Wait, I need to roll critical version.
18.
Is that including the potency die?
I
Actually-
don't think it is.
I didn't actually add the potency die properly. It's missing 1d6 of damage.
Roll a d6.
So 20 in total.
Okay. Next swing.
This time I'll just use the full button that does all of it at once.
I keep forgetting which button's which.
That also hits.
Oh, thank God.
Did it add the potency?
It did.
Ah.
It's just a terrible roll. I rolled 4 on 2d6.
Ironically, more 2/2s.
This attack was brought to you by the number 2.
That's still 28 damage in a round. It's not bad.
Level 3, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Anything else, Kai?
I spent 3 actions.
Okay, cool. Rhea.
Alright. I have faith in Log, so I'm gonna hit the far one.
Log.
The one furthest from the group that hasn't actually done anything yet. I'm gonna miss horribly. That's
Cool.
okay.
You only have +4 to hit?
You hit it right in the forehead? Yeah, why do you only have a +4 to hit?
Because you should have at minimum 5 from your level.
I don't know. Hold on. Why is it like that?
You have trained, which would be 5, plus your charisma.
Yeah, your spell attack roll and your spells thing must be screwy.
They're not messed up. I'm looking at it. Weird.
Unless you've set yourself a condition or something somehow. I don't
There's
know.
no pre-built conditions.
Then yeah, I functionally don't know.
Still a 2, unfortunately, on the die.
Yeah,
I would have missed it anyways.
Yeah.
So
It would be 5 higher.
let
I
me
think.
figure out this in a
'Cause
second.
I assume you have 18 charisma.
Mm-hmm.
It's just missing your proficiency bonus entirely.
Weird. I don't know why.
Oh, under spell, where you have the section called tradition, is it just labeled spell tradition? It's like right underneath the name when you expand it out.
Under edition.
Hold on, let me screen cap.
Oh yeah, have you actually set it to being a divine spell?
So see there underneath name it says occult spell for me because I cast occult spells. It should be nature spell.
Oh, she's doing this in focus points.
Oh,
So
mind then.
here, let me do this.
Well, even then, the focus points still have a section for saying what DC it is. They should.
If I just put 5 in the misc, it'll.
I'll calculate normally, but it's just kind of annoying that's not quickly right at all. Anyways,
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm on a rare frost now.
Hey, zoom.
It is -4, -5 due to you iterative attack penalty.
That's,
But
I'm still in
that still
or-
hits.
yeah. Okay.
So anyway,
that's my
Rose
turn.
started blasting.
Anyways, something misses, so I just get angry.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
You're also slightly floaty.
Lots of finger pistols. Pew 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 pew.
Alright, and that's my turn.
All right. Log.
It's log time. Let me think what log do.
Once Log could actually do a full attack.
Could. He's probably not.
Use the
The
special.
action to take, like, to stop a thing from doing stuff.
What do you stop a thing from doing stuff?
Yeah, what do I need to do to stop this dog from taking the bag? Because
You could
Grapple
log
grapple
no
it.
like. Yeah. Log no like you take bag. Which, what's grappling again? It's an athletics.
Athletics.
Okay, so just roll athletics at it.
Yep.
It can
Alright, cool. Well, I
And the
put it
attack-
on against this if that helps.
Okay.
This does count as an attack, right?
Correct.
Log say stop. You no take bag.
Yeah. Looking good there. You've successfully grappled.
What's your next action? 2 actions.
That counts as an attack, doesn't it?
Yes.
It does.
The next one we get -5 is another attack action.
Yeah.
Or
that's right.
Or with agile.
And what all does it get for being grabbed?
It's flat-footed.
Okay.
So it didn't
Flat-footed, and it can only do limited number of actions, essentially.
quite hasn't changed anything for you.
Is restrained. Or yeah, no, it's grabbed, right? Isn't restrained yet.
Correct.
But you know what? I can move to make it restrained by doing athletics again, right?
No, you have to generally critically succeed, but if you tried grapple again, you do have bonuses to it.
Sure, may as well. What bonuses? Because I would be taking the
It's
-5.
flat-footed, and that affects its fort. So.
Oh, but it was 5-footed anyway.
So
well, yeah, right.
Yeah. So do I instead just try and beat the crap out of it?
Essentially, it would do that. Yeah.
Does Log just bite?
It's already taken damage, so
you're already
might as
holding
well.
it. Why not bite?
Yeah, you know what? Log, bite,
Death roll.
and bite.
Oh
Wow.
my
Fail.
Oh, you're taking.
Those are really tough.
Yeah.
That doesn't really do much. You have it grappled though, so even if it does yoink the bag away from Kai, it's not gonna go anywhere.
You could try hero point. I guess it's not really worth it. is it?
Too.
Alright,
This creature.
Okay. Log fine. Log hug. Leave bag alone.
This creature's gonna go and dive north.
Go away, go away, go away, go away, go away.
What?
Boom.
Hey, get back here!
He jumps out of the wall and grabs Log.
No grab log. God, they're conga lining again.
Nothing wrong with a bit of conga.
Does that hit your AC?
Yes.
All right, it's gonna use its once per day ability.
2.
You suddenly see the crystals on its head. As it bites down, you see the crystals on its head suddenly surge with lightning and go into Log's flesh. Take 8 damage. 1 of it's lightning damage. I know.
You mean.
It did not crit on that attack, so it doesn't matter. Carry on. Sam.
These things were immune to paralyzed, so there's no point in me summoning a ghoul. I think I will start off with Inspire Courage.
Yay!
Because attack rolls will help us grapple and fuck them up. I don't have any big damage spells. Kai, how are you on health?
45 out of 44.
You're can probably take a couple more hits before we need to worry.
Yeah, I mean, I've only taken one bite, and it's less damage than what you could, in theory, heal.
Yeah. Sam actually, for once, holds out a finger, draws a small circle in the air, and conjures a little ball of fire. He's going to produce flame this middle one. Oh
I'm
wait.
using offensive magic.
Oh wait, hold on. I keep forgetting I have so many fucking boxes.
Just remember, you're already inspired courage.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll
With
hit.
being flat-footed, is that a crit?
That is.
Yeah.
Also,
Roll
because
damage.
Fuse Flame has the wonderful persistent damage on the crit.
Oh God.
24 damage,
Spells
and
are
Is that
terrifying.
right? What the
With-
fuck?
it very well might. Because remember, it rolls the damage completely from scratch when it does persistent. When it does that.
Yeah, but you have written down there 12 times 2. I don't try hitting it again. Oh no.
No, that's
that is
right.
right.
Well,
You
it's
just
because
rolled
God.
Produce Flame adds my spell modifier. So
Okay.
it's each of it's
Doing it
2d4
correctly.
plus 3. I just rolled really good apparently. Or
Kai,
did I?
there's something on your bag, and now there
Oh.
suddenly isn't.
I must have rolled something max because it's
Yeah, you
2d4
max.
plus 3 plus 1.
I mean-
Holy shit.
I mean, can we just visualize the scene for a moment here? So we have Kai kind of pull himself up, punch. Daze this thing off to the side a bit. Log grabs it, pulls it up into the air, then suddenly a fireball just makes it explode.
Yeah, Sam from his fingertip throws this tiny fireball that apparently, as it hits, it just fucking explodes, and he just kind of looks startled as his hair's blown backwards. Oh,
However, everyone within a 5-foot radius of it, please make me a reflex save.
5.
what the fuck is up with our cantrips?
I mean,
Stodier
same.
as well.
When I walked into combat for the first time and crit something and instantaneously killed it, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with cantrips?
Well, it's-
5.
Cantrips are designed to be reliable damage sources throughout the entire game.
I know it's just
Yeah,
because
I
me and
love
Rose
it.
have both rolled max damage on a crit on a cantrip.
Like, your cantrip will be outpaced by a fighter, but the thing is, the cantrip's your weakest option.
This makes me feel cool.
Stodier take nothing. Log and Kai take full. As this thing suddenly blows up into fire and then also blows up into lightning, which lashes out around it.
What can you do with that healing magic?
Special for this, do I? No, it's just I've got by base
Oh.
good. Save.
Yeah. Well, you get something later on that says whenever I succeed at a reflex save, I critical succeed, but you didn't succeed.
Why you blob doggo I was holding?
Sorry, I didn't expect it to be that effective. That's my
Ow.
turn.
Okay.
Grrr. This dog is upset that you blew up its buddy.
Persistent fire damage.
Not
Yes.
his buddy. Someone else did.
Oh fuck me.
It's gonna tear into Kai.
Okay, never mind. I'm unfucked.
They really don't
This
like
is
Kai.
this is not appropriate way to do your rage. Miss. Also miss.
And then it's gonna try to back up into the wall.
Is it taking? How is it backing up? Sorry,
It is taking a move action in front of you.
stride, not a step, correct?
This is a stride, yes.
Out of curiosity, sideline. I've not started my next turn yet. Do I still have the potency crystal?
You do.
Don't mind if I do, though. I did take off the bonuses, so I have to put them back on. 1 second. I assumed that was done with.
No, it technically lasts for the rest of the turn.
Yeah, but I didn't assume I'd be attacking anything else.
You should always assume to attack things.
Oof.
Is that a crit? I
No,
know,
it is not a
I know it's not, but I ask anyway.
I know.
One of these times I'll be right.
As it starts running away, I give it a very solid blow.
Doesn't like it. It's gonna live in the wall for a bit.
That's what you
Does its
get.
fire go out?
Yeah, you see a bunch of petroleum left on the wall. It's hard to burn inside the stone.
Really good at smothering fires, turns out.
Yeah. Stodier.
I do like these crystals, Kree.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I haven't actually used one since I came down here, but hey.
Stodier, my man. It is your turn.
Yep.
Stop there.
Stodier.
I'm just gonna go ahead and move over here. And let's see. I'm gonna throw a dwarven daisy at it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So
Please roll-
that's
we need critical damage.
Nothing ever bad happens to Fifth's Edge.
So that's just an additional 4, I guess.
and then a +2 from splash damage.
Yes.
So nice solid 11 to the face.
Also, it's dazzled. It has a 25% chance to miss everyone.
It has to make a fortitude save.
Right.
Does that also include the damage from J-Mac's buff?
Wait, Jamak gives a damage buff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
his Inspire Courage, it's +1 attack damage and saves versus fear.
I didn't realize it was +1
So-
damage.
So additional 2 damage.
Yes.
Okay. It's a whole hootenanny worth of damage you just did. But it is not dazzled.
They're my thing.
But it is not dazzle because it got a crit on its fortitude.
In fact,
You
succeeded
have one more
so-
action.
I am going to. I want to pick up bits of crystal off the floor.
Sure.
That's what I'll do with my last action.
I'll let you do that. Kree!
Well, I guess I'll do what Kree always does. Move up and smash.
It's good action.
I suppose I'll rage before actually smashing this time. Might as well. Which is plus damage, right. That weapon.
Kree is angry. He did not get the first kill.
He didn't even hit it.
Teehee.
See, that's 1 on the attack and 3 on the damage. There we go. Oh my god, why? It's a huge miss, yes, I know. That's my turn.
You got another action.
No, I don't. Raging's an action, and I
You're right.
moved and attacked.
He's fucking mad. That guy's also fucking mad, mostly because he's dead. Guy.
Can anyone stand there? Is that an option?
I'll let you make me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
And up the wall.
I'm
a shimmy.
sorry, I considered going there, but I wanted to actually be useful, and then I wasn't.
Sure, I will try to move there with an acrobatics. Your choice, GM. Do I make it or do I just?
You're good. You're good.
I
Fortunately,
also have I also have a shield. What?
No, you go ahead.
Shield cantrip up as I move, and then I'm going to go ahead and try to trip this doggo onto the floor. Oh, that was only a
No. You kind of hit, but then you realize that he's kind of partially melted into the stone below him, so his feet don't really disconnect from the ground, and you kick his leg, and it really hurts your shin. Rhea,
Can I 5-foot step back?
you can.
Like,
Yep, you can
here?
step.
I know it's kind of an awkward place because of tiles, but. And I am going to once again throw a rear frost at this in front of us.
I'm once again asking you to rear frost.
You hit.
Okay. I don't have anything from Sam calculated into that. I need
Oh
to.
no, you have a +1.
So it's a +1 set, no? No,
Yeah,
it's not
+1
from you.
attack and damage, so
Yeah.
10 gold.
So it's 10. Okay. And that's all. I need to
Okay.
make that. Well, I hope calculation for all that at some point. I'm just really lazy about it.
Log.
Doggo. What you mean?
It's bitey.
Log hug doggo. You
Sure.
stay here.
That succeeds. You have grappled the doggo. He's a good hug.
Doggo mean. Log break doggo. Claw. Claw.
Oh.
Ow.
Team
I'll go hard.
incompetence, go!
Doggo very hard.
You're trying to like squeeze him and just snap his spine, but A, he doesn't have a spine, and 2, he's made of stone.
Hey Log, how hard do you have to squeeze to get blood from a stone?
Harder than that, apparently.
Dog suddenly thrashes violently. Does that beat your fortitude DC? Or your athletics DC?
Yes. Sadly, only
Oh.
17.
Okay. Then he's gonna shake free of your grapple.
Ugh.
He's then rather intelligent and he's going to step, and then he's going to stride.
Fuck.
Sam?
Still in combat, yes.
Theoretically.
Is there a ready to action?
Yes, there is. You can spend 3 actions to prepare 2 actions.
Okay. You know, I'm in a very good position to hit anything that appears. I'll ready an action to throw a produce flame. Should something poke his head out.
Okay. Still here?
I'm gonna stride up to Kai and give him a healing potion.
Here, drink this! La la!
Why not? Hits the spot.
Cree.
Kree will spend 3 actions to prepare a sudden charge. Two action thing.
Shit. It's actually really good.
Yeah. Trouble is, it's not reaching its full potential here because it's all quite narrow and small spaces.
Yeah.
Hey, if the motherfucker turns up down here and tries to attack me, well,
Well, even then, if you can prepare 2 actions and a readied, I could move and attack. The sudden charge lets me double move and attack.
Sadly, you can only prepare 1 action. Though, if you only do 1 action, you can just make 2 actions to prepare.
like he wanted to prepare the double action.
Yeah, okay, then that's fine.
I guess I misunderstood you before when you said you could use 3 actions to prepare 2 action.
A 2 action. You can only do 1
Right,
action when
right.
you're ready.
I thought you literally meant 2 actions.
Yeah, that's why sudden charge is really good for us.
I will.
Okay.
My voice needs to stop cracking. Alright, you skipped.
I did skip Kai, sorry.
I'm dying.
So what action would Kai like to take?
hmm
First, he's going to step away from the wall.
Probably a good idea.
Maintain the shield spell.
Sure.
There's not. Is there something like basically just ready to punch something?
2 actions.
Okay, I don't have 2 actions for. That's fine then. I just don't want to be hunched up against the wall though.
That's fair.
You have a parry weapon?
I do not, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, from shield.
Okay, now I will say I can't really get away from the wall. I'll take a 5-foot step. And ready in action, just blast something that comes out of the wall.
I assume you're readying Moonbeam.
Yeah.
Log. The lizard.
Big if be.
Go find Doggo.
You want to give him a sniff?
I don't have scent.
That's fair.
Um,
So you,
I'd wonder how you would sniff rock anyway.
No, Log, just go this way. Oh,
dark.
Yeah. Oh, right. Log need light. Wait, Log do this. He taps his crystal or his necklace.
Okay, so that's 3 actions then.
Wait, that's 3?
No, it's 1. It's 1 to move, and then 2 to light.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh.
Because you're essentially casting the light spell.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I'll give you light in a minute. However, looping around, I'll say nothing comes out while you guys are readying.
There may be gone, but we should stay on edge.
No, they'll be waiting until we let our guard down.
Shall we just do another round of readied actions and see if anything happens?
Depends if Log's gonna keep wandering off looking for them. If he is, we'll have to follow him, otherwise they'll just pick him off while he's alone.
There you go.
Once Log gets out of sight of everyone, he's going to start sneaking. So that'll help at least.
You hope.
Okay. Oh, right. Wait, I've got a light on.
I see him moving in the darkness sideline.
Smart.
You
Close
do?
your eyes.
It's because you use the waypoint system, it briefly showed the token and its path.
Oh, I won't do that anymore.
Log now sneak.
Sideline, you can use that. There is an option for hide from others in that section.
I suppose if I move it to the GM later, I can do it.
You don't even have to do that. I just explained why.
Oh yeah, underneath rulers for show to others, hide from others, I think it is.
Well, I'm using the waypoint system, not the ruler.
Yeah, he literally, it's when you press space while moving your token, so it plops up.
Space.
Right. See, I'm doing that with Stodier. You guys can still see that.
I've got waypoints right now because my Roll20 lags on this map for some reason.
Mine's alright.
I've been finding Roll20 has just been lagging a lot for past, like, I don't know, month.
Yeah.
Okay.
two.
But that's the end of that encounter.
Oh. They're going to be watching us. They're going to come at us again when we're distracted. But for now...
And you guys can confirm that, as occasionally you do see glitz and glitter show up in the wall, because you're quickly able to figure out that walls they pass near or go through, they have the little crystal effects.
Oh fuck, we've been watched this entire time.
Alright, so what can we scavenge from Dead Lightning Dog?
Make me an Arcana.
Cool.
Do you want to aid me? Or what's your Arcana bonus?
My Arcana is 9.
Mine is 10.
Yeah, I'll aid you.
Thank you.
Or not.
Is there a maximum of people who can aid, like in Pathfinder 1, or
Theoretically not.
does anyone else want to aid me?
No, but aiding is harder now, isn't it? 'Cause that, I believe, is a fail.
It is.
Which a basic fail is not a problem, but a critical fail will actually give penalties.
As you just get in the way of each other.
So I don't particularly want to jump in here and start ruining the pot.
Fair. Does anyone with a good Arcana want to help? Or shall I just go?
I have an Arcana score, just I don't think it's a good idea for us to that many rolls on this.
Fair. I'll just take the
Yeah,
bill
it's
and
not good risk management.
E.
For clarification, are you rolling 8 at this point? Or... That was distracted. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. It was a case of I was asking if anyone with a good Arcana wanted to aid me, yeah.
Oh, I would have. I'm sorry. I will attempt to aid you now. And pretend I confirmed.
Damn it.
Okay, you're aided.
You succeed. So you get a +1 on that Arcana. You do find some. You find 2 small lightning crystals. One of them you were fearing was going to run out of power from the explosion, but you're able to quickly stabilize it as soon as you find it.
Pogies.
2 small lightning.
What use category do these come under? I suppose I should start asking as we finding crystals.
They are general use,
Hell yeah.
and you can split them down into air crystal and fire crystal.
Let me open my crafting thing.
Don't worry about it. I have these written down, so if you want to ever split crystals, just ask me.
I know, but I also hate annoying people. Lightning,
Fair.
air, and what?
Air and fire.
Ah.
You know, obvious things.
We won't continue down here,
We'll
then.
use a fire crystal for something, actually. It doesn't even need to be big.
Same. I was expecting to find a lot more general elemental crystals down here, but so far we found toxin blood.
They're probably in the wall.
They have been at this for a while.
True. What do we want to do? We know that these dogs are finding or searching for us.
Well, we need to find his master, and either put him down or arrest him. One or the other.
I suppose we did bring rope.
Well, it's kind of part of the job we signed up for if they're being threatening in this cavern, innit?
How do we even find him, though?
Same way we find anything, by not standing here.
Because you put one foot in front of the other, you're walking down the road.
So are we all just going to take the same downtime stuff?
The same exploration stuff,
Yes,
yeah.
that's it.
It's up to you guys, though.
I might switch from Detect Magic, because I hasn't really found us anything.
Dog's gonna wander back after not finding doggos and gonna go back to looking for symbols.
I will say, Stodier,
Yeah.
given your background as a miner, you do think to yourself that this wall up to your north was like.
Oh, I wasn't a mining dwarf. I was a crafts dwarf, remember?
Right, but you still were in a bunch of caves, and your
Yeah.
knowledge of engineering and, well, just able to keep your wits about you while in a cave, being a dwarf. You do know that the wall here connects to the cave you want to go to.
So we could bust through the wall, give him a bit of could we guess roughly how thick the wall would be? How far we'd have to travel?
Yeah, that would be a check.
Cool. I'm gonna come up to it and I'm gonna roll engineering. I think.
Sure.
That's tapping along.
Clunk, bitch.
Seems a bit thick. You don't see any inclusions of the stone either that would make it weakened.
We could spend the next week digging through it, or we could.
Or I could just blast it.
You would think you couldn't really blast through it. You
can blast
could.
through it- You can blast through anything. It's just a matter of how many explosives you have to use.
Yeah, and you don't think you have the ordnance for that.
We do need you kind of fighting fit if we're going to take these things out.
Hey, Log, have you found another way around?
I mean, there's the way we went before. I just
Yeah.
took a wrong turn.
Yeah. We go back there. Also, can Log have Healy stuff?
Yeah.
Log in pain.
Log got blown up.
I should note, can't see Log's health bar.
I'll fix.
I cannot see Sam's health bar.
Yeah, I can't see Sam or Logs.
It's because I'm hacking. I'm in the mainframe. Oh, holy shit, yeah, Log's hurt.
Yeah.
Sideline, I just put the +4 health there.
I'm sorry, I was editing your token.
I know. Saw.
Does anyone want a soothe?
Log
Or
like soothe music.
I've got 2 more elixirs of life if you want me to top up Log and Kai.
Might not be a bad idea for now. 'Cause, I mean, we
Alright,
have.
so Log have this one, Kai have this one.
hey,
Or the other
This
way
healing
around,
has
doesn't
been
really
brought to you
matter.
by
You want the
number
6 or the 6?
Too bad there's not a third one. We could complete the third.
We could roll it anyway and see if you get some infernal healing. Ah,
666.
No infernal for me.
it is 4664.
At
which
least
is still
on this
pattern.
character. 4664. Oh well. It's a shame I can't use that for. But
People are still better off now.
yeah.
If everyone's ready, shall we move?
When you are.
Go, Mr. Scoutman.
So I'm presuming everyone else is still taking the same downtime actions or exploration actions.
What the
Yeah.
fuck is that? Is anyone else seeing that?
What?
What
Oh.
the
There's like-
fuck?
The sparkles?
Yeah, I
And
just
like
caught
the
it.
water drop kind of thing?
Oh, that too.
That's me having fun because I totally forgot I could do that. And then I'm just showing you where sparkles are. I'm just
Fuck. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna switch my downtime action to looking for important looking for useful crystals.
So
sure.
search action.
I was also gonna do the same thing
Investigate.
actually. Because we
Oh,
have enough
I mean-
people rolling perception in some form. I mean, having 2 people look for stuff is fine though. Like, we're
Yeah.
still. I'm
Well, let's
guessing
go
you're gonna
with
have us roll Arcana instead of perception though, considering the nature of it.
If you're looking for important crystals, you can roll Arcana or Perception.
Okay.
I'm sick of Arcana.
I'm also going to change up my action from looking for valuables.
Okay.
Kai instead is going to be looking for signs of other creatures' passage. Tracking.
Sure, actually.
Apparently he's not the most used to getting caves, but he can try.
Well, we do know the signs of the dogs going around now.
Screw this up.
Actually,
Well,
with the 17, you do notice something. While the dogs were blue, you notice something yellow. Like little left of sparkles of yellow.
P.
He'll look at it. What is... Like, investigate. What is this yellow?
It's one of the types of crystal down here. You haven't really seen yellow, but it is signs of something earth gliding through here made of crystal.
I will relay that something's been gliding through.
There's all
I'm
my
going to keep the
elements.
group. He's going to try and keep the group alert at least, so we maybe try not get ambushed.
Yeah, just keep an eye out. Who remembers the route? Was it up into this coloured area then?
I think it must have been up
I've
right.
forgotten to roll. but yeah, it didn't do very well because
Yeah.
yay, dice curse. And doing well in combat today, not so well out of combat.
It's a nice change of pace. Sam.
Me.
After your bit of a foray into beating a person up with blood crystals coming out of them, you notice that a little bit has regrown, but not much. You can see another sprouting little piece of crystal from blood.
I'll point it out to the others and say, this might be a new nodule. Harvestable in the future, I suppose.
No, you think it's harvestable now. It was a nodule.
Ooh. Shall we try?
I think we shall. Because I have ideas.
But you also think that this nodule here is quickly running dry as it has run out of energy on this dead body. So you can
Oh.
harvest one small blood crystal off of it. Additionally, you think the crystals around this area have sort of dimmed slightly.
Not of energy, I suppose. I've updated our inventory.
Good job.